So what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and yeah, it's been a couple of days and there's a few reasons for that. And what I might do is edit all my stats that I had in that last video. I kind of didn't want to switch tabs, but I did it without even thinking. But yeah, I've been training a lot of levels across the board, and I've been pretty busy with skills that I don't normally spend time with. So if you finish looking, I will now transition it over to what I am currently. So my herblore, I've trained 9 levels of that, and that was really easy. That was just completely simple. Any problem I have with herblore is that you spend so much money to get so little XP, but yeah, now I can make prayer potions, and that's pretty good because I think you can actually make prayer potions with the ingredients cheaper than prayer potions themselves. So hypothetically, if I just wanted to train herblore, I could just make prayer potions, and as I say this, that's the prices, but I mean, that's obviously not always going to be the case, and you do end up losing a lot of money. It just depends on the prices. But anyways, moving on, I've also been training farming, and actually alright, I'm not going to fish. I hate fishing. I'm going to go to the bank, and I might actually take you guys for a farming run. And me and farming don't exactly get along too well. People are asking me how I got my farming up, and I honestly don't know. I'm like from 22, I think it was, to 40. That was all genie lamps. I'm not even kidding. 99 hunter was the reason why I got so many farming levels, and a fair bit of slayer XP. I kind of prefer to put it on slayer because I know in the long run it's the hardest skill to train. But yeah, I just put it on farming because it was like 20 and it was always close to a level, so bam, that's where I put all my genie lamps. So to train farming currently, I actually have a strategy, but I'm actually out of supplies. I don't want those. I always do that shit, and it annoys me. And I'm going to put in a little bonus clip at the end that I'll talk about in a minute, but for my farming run setup, I generally just grab basic teleports, and the only thing I've been farming is the trees. And the reason why I do that is because they're very little maintenance, and you rarely have to give a shit about what happens to them. You just put them down, wait ages, and then, you know, collect your XP reward. But the issue with that is the cost associated. So I will scroll through my bank a little bit because I like to include little subtle bank videos every time I make a video. But yeah, not much has changed. I've been PKing a little bit, and I know a few of you will be happy to hear that. And that Santa hat, I'm going to wear that so it reminds me to tell you how I got that. But yeah, I think I'm good, and I've got all the supplies I need to do a farm run. And the reason why I don't have any stuff to resupply is because I used all of it just to get 45, which was the level that I had as my goal. But whilst we run over to this tree here, and if it's dead, I swear, I bought a few extra trees just to make sure. But yeah, this Santa hat I didn't receive in a event or anything like that. And like, I was fletching in a bank whilst I was like doing something, and this bloke comes up and just comes in with the stereotypical first one to trade me, get to Santa hat, and I just stood there for about 20 seconds, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. So I decided to trade him anyway to see if he was legit. The dude trades me a Santa hat and just gives it to me, and I like, at that point I didn't know what I expected, because it's so rare that you see something like that and that seems too good to be true and actually is good and true. So yeah, that was a really big shock to the system. And after he gave me the Santa hat, he showed me like 300 of them and like a 260 mil cash stack. So yeah, that was my demoralization for the day, and I moved on to farming. So we've just come full circle, yeah. But if you are someone who has like 30 farming, I highly recommend planting trees. Even if you're not, like acorns and shit, they're cheap as crap. So if you're not very, well versed into farming, but you've got the ability to plant any form of tree, I would highly recommend planting them because they're just so easy. I mean, you can just, knock out like 5,000 experience every day, and just for planting a few trees. So I do that every time I first get on RuneScape. I've played for about 20 minutes total today, and yeah, this is one of the first things that I'm going to be doing, and I just got to keep remembering myself to buy seeds. And I wanted to address my ignore list. A few of you guys found that a little bit funny that I had all the mods banned, and I don't know how to say it, but I'll give you guys the truth. I like to... This is going to sound like it's not the truth, but I like to play JX Whack-A-Mole. And what you do, how you play this game, is that you put in mod, and then think of a stereotypical, you know, English, British kind of name. So if you think of like Stephen... Fuck, how do you... I don't even know. There's got to be a mod Steven somewhere, and yeah, there's no mod Steven apparently. So that's how far I got down the progress. I got about 10 mods in a row, and it's a shame though, because that game you can only play once or twice before you recognize the names. Anyway, I don't know if that sounds like complete BS, but that's the utter truth, and I don't expect any of you to believe that, but that's the game I was playing. But yeah, moving on. So apart from farming, I've trained Slayer. And I think in total, since my last video, I've got about 30 total levels, which is pretty huge considering the total level I have currently. And I'm just trying to squeeze out total levels from any which way I can. And attack obviously is somewhat of a priority. And I smashed out 90 combat. And before I go back out of the wilderness, I will be peaking my... my offensive stats before I level up again. So I just hit 90, I'm a fresh 90 combat. So that means I've got at least 2 attack levels I can get without leveling to 91. So that's what I'll be doing before I head out to the wilderness. So to wrap this up, I think I might discuss one last thing. And I might actually finish the... I didn't bring fucking fire runes. Okay, so that was a little bit embarrassing, but we've got them. And I mean... It's quite annoying. I annoy myself when I make videos because I've just looked down at the time and I've recorded for over 6 minutes and it feels like I've just started. But anyway, in regards to the bonus things that I was talking about earlier with PK content, I've been spending a lot of time out in the wilderness, but not necessarily doing commentary because I obviously don't have 24/7 to record vocal commentary whilst I'm PKing. So I went out there just to test, you know, if I could PK with a whip and not lose it. And thankfully, I haven't lost it as of yet. And I'm actually getting used to whip PKing, which is great. And I was really nervous about my build and the amount of levels that I was getting. And the surprising thing is that the people that I'm versing now, I wouldn't say they're easier, but they're not much harder. And that really surprised me. And it's really, really great because there's not a whole lot of void debowers that can one-hit me anymore. And, you know, if there's anybody doing it at 90 combat, it's pretty stale at that point. I mean, I know I'm going to die to one eventually, but for now, I've probably had about 15 fights, maybe 20, and I've yet to get hit by a debower or even a PJ after the fight. So it's just been like more manners, I guess. Maybe that's because there's less people, but I never have an issue really finding a fight after looking for a little while. And yeah, I think that's really good. And I've actually had a few nice kills, but I've also been dying a lot, and I kind of expect that because my build isn't the best one to have at 90 combat. I just butchered that sentence. Will we get another farming level? I don't know. I think it's one more tree. But yeah, I've been having fun with it overall, and yeah, it should make for some interesting PKing videos, and I will be working on some once I get some more supplies. I'm just running low on prayer pots, but yeah, that's why I got my herblore up, so I can make some for myself. But yeah, apart from that, I'm going to be including, if you guys can support me on this, I'm going to be including extra PK clips at the end of videos like this one. And I'm not sure, I'll use my favorite one, but I won't always have clips like the one I'm going to show you today. I'm just going to chuck them at the end just to give you guys a little bit of a fix, a little bit of a hit before I leave you guys, and you know, it gives you guys something that you might want to see that I might not have brought out for a while. So if you guys like the idea of me putting extra PK clips at the end of my videos, let me know via a comment or a like. I'd appreciate either. And yeah, that'd be fantastic. So that is the final tree. I think I'm all out of talking points. I've actually smashed these out one by one, and I've almost hit the 10-minute mark. So yeah, the guys who like longer videos, bam, fucking did one. But yeah, I think I might let you guys go. These trees can take anywhere between 5 and 10 years to cut down. So I'll leave you there, and thank you for watching. So anyway guys, take care, and I'll catch you later in my next video.